actually gonna need to pull it up on my phone because I said I'd send it to. Oh, it's up. We're good.
Oh, this picture's up? Okay, cool.
Yep, picture's up.
Good.
Yay!
Yay! Welcome to the stream, boys.
Okay,
We had
Dom.
some
Yay!
technical difficulties.
How's
Alright,
everyone was sore? While Pad, check me out.
Dom, do a recap of the finished fight that we did on Wednesday.
Yep. Make sure you share it around.
Oh,
Rachel
yeah.
also.
Yeah, I'll do that. You
Yep.
recap.
Alright. So, from last we left off, the party was just getting on a boat. Down because I'm stupid and can't remember shit.
All I remember is I was someplace very cold.
Frostmourne. That's where it was. Yep. Town of Frostmourne.
Alright,
We
go.
are, we had to do a mini session between streams because it's kind of, we kind of need to finish the fight quick. So, just so we can get to a good point where we can actually do stuff. That was mostly a recap. Do you guys have anything else to add?
Not really.
I mean, we leveled up to level 6.
Everyone but Ian leveled up.
Well,
And Joe.
everyone that was here leveled up. So that was...
Everyone but Ian and Joe, because they weren't in
And
the
Michael.
fight.
And Michael.
No, Michael leveled
But-
up, didn't he?
Well, oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Michael, you have the right to level up your character since you were there for
Yeah.
half of the fight.
Yeah, that's true.
That's, I'll deal with it later.
Hope we don't get into another fight. We probably will. Knowing this group.
True.
Right, now to find the actual stream just so I can send it to my other friend. She was sort of interested.
More views, the better.
Alright, so you guys, after many days of sailing, you finally see ice on the sea. Main person on top, I believe, Rachel. Since you are a dragonborn, you can very clearly tell it is getting very cold, and even before the ice starts showing up in little chunks every now and then. But
Oh god, it's the Titanic.
as the ship lurches on forward, the ice turns into sheets of ice, to
Oh, no.
where the ship is careening through just almost solid ice. And in the distance, Rachel, you can see the smoky haze of Frostmourne. What do you assume is Frostmourne?
Am I the only one that sees this?
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna tell the rest of the party that we're approaching Frostborn.
Alright. So you rush down to everyone else who is
What?
chilling out who are chilling out in the in the cafeteria or mess hall, whatever you want to call it. And you guys see Rachel's character rush through the door, just saying that Frostborn is dead ahead.
Well, let us be on our way then. Time to make some more money.
Alright. Do you stay down in the mess hall? What are you doing?
I'm gonna
Give
go
me
back
a
up
couple
to the
of workers
top.
here.
Whatever food I'm eating and then hop up.
You finish your food and you walk up to the main deck. As you did not put on your coat, your fur coat, the icy chill. Oh, Ian can play. All right. The
Okay.
icy chill hits you like you just ran into a brick wall. You
Yeah.
kind of stagger a bit.
Immediately run back downstairs and grab my coat, don it, and then walk back out like a badass.
All right. You see basically the same sight as what Rachel was seeing, but this time it's just sheets of ice that the ship is currently making its way through. Is there anything you'd like to do? Anything at all? Anyone else want to do anything?
Gonna simply hop off the ship with everyone.
The ship is still moving.
Oh, never mind.
We're not exactly there yet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, wait for it to get there then.
Nick jumps off the ship.
I just jump into the ice.
All
There's
right.
a belly
So
flop
Hey,
on
boy.
some
as
guys.
you're, oh, it's Ian.
Yeah.
Glad of you
Hello.
to join us, sir.
There's Ian.
It's fun.
Level 5er.
What's up?
It is me.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just chilling.
as you're looking across the ice, the icy sea, you kind of see a patch of
see, I
ice. Yeah, I see. I say that a lot. It's like, but there is a patch of ice that looks very irregular to everything else that's around. It is currently starting. The sun is currently starting to go down as much as it does in the Arctic.
I'm
Or not
going
really
to
Arctic, but
roll
very
a perception
north.
check if I'm allowed to do that.
All right, roll perception for the first roll. Of the
7.
7. You can't really make out what this patch of ice is.
Anybody else got like +9 perception that can check this out?
I mean,
I
I
got
can
+1.
I can just use. I get his perception.
I have +4.
So as you're up there, you are joined by, I'm assuming, Ian.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
yeah, I'm here.
You're joined by Ear.
What'd you roll, Nick?
A 7. I rolled a 4, and which is +3 because of my
Oh.
perception.
I rolled a 16.
Okay, that's better.
Ian, you look out and you see this unusual patch of ice, and it kind of, as you're looking, it kind of slides into the ocean. There was something on top of this ice. And before it slid in, you did see a pair of very bright white eyes.
Okay.
What do you see, my friend?
Well. Ice.
Ah. Great assumption.
Because I'm assuming,
Quick
like
observation.
you told me it's. I saw white eyes, but like, as my character, it could just be something that, like, he saw. So I'm just gonna play it off right now.
So you're kind of playing that off like it's not really
Yeah, like I just seeing things.
okay.
I'm going to guess this is
This ship
the...
finally pulls its way into port, and the captain comes marching on the deck.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Here's your stop. You all have a good day. And he kind of lowers the kind of stairway, basically,
Yeah.
gangplank, whatever.
Thank
guys
for
make
the
your way down.
ride.
Welcome
kind
to
sir.
Frostmourne. You paid me to do it, so why not?
I did pay you to do that. Alright, I'm gonna hop off with everyone.
All right. As you guys hop off, the port seems very deserted. And as you look back, the ship starts pulling out of port, back the way it came, through its corridor of moved and chunked up ice.
Well, they left in a hurry.
As you
Alright, so-
guys are watching the boat, you finally start hearing the many shouts and kind of general chatter of a bunch of angry people.
God.
but they don't seem to be coming towards you.
It's a bunch of Angry Birds. Joking.
So what does everyone do?
Go investigate?
Well, you said it's a pack of birds.
No, that was me
No.
joking.
So
People.
Nick, without telling anyone, strolls off in the direction of these shouts,
Oh, shouts. Okay.
angry
Yeah.
shouts.
I decided to go investigate. Because I figure it must be nothing too bad.
Yeah, I'm just. We all hear the shouts?
Yeah, everyone hears them.
This place gives me the chills.
Haha, very funny, Birdman.
I already made the chill joke, Ian.
Yes, but my character doesn't like the cold.
Everyone was
So-
chilling in the mess hall, all right? Yeah, it's fine.
I get it.
Michael, what are you
uh,
doing? You have your slaves.
Bes-
You're
Besides
now
the child that
you're
died.
one you're one person short of your three person family.
Need to
I'm
find a new
going
child.
to. Should I let them have a funeral?
I mean, you still have the body. It's just
Yes,
its head is
please.
gone.
Minus the head. Yeah.
Yeah, minus the head.
It'll be a closed casket.
Where were you when this happened?
Oh, man.
You talking to me?
Where were you in the blood of '87?
Nick, you're strolling off. You're not part of the. You're not here anymore.
That was out of character.
Ah.
Rachel, what are you doing?
I guess I'm just gonna go where Nick was headed off to investigate all the shouting and the screaming or whatever was happening.
All right,
I'm
you
missing
follow
one.
Nick. Livy, what are you doing?
I'll follow Rachel and Nick.
All right, Michael, you are currently doing your own little funeral service back in like a patch of just frozen ground that you managed to dig up. Ian, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna follow the rest of the party, as in I don't want to get lost in the cold wasteland.
Okay. So you walk through the streets towards these shouts, and after a couple minutes, you manage to locate a large throng of people, just all yelling in the middle, kind of. There's like an open space in the middle of this crowd.
I'm gonna push.
They're currently
my-
blocking your way.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna.
Are
You
gonna-
ahead, Ian.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
See, and you push your way through the crowd to see what's going on. In the middle, you see, like, think of a SWAT officer, but more winterized and kind of his face kind of masked, holding a baton to somebody who is tied to or kind of chained to a metal post in the middle of town.
Oh shit.
All right.
Well, isn't that
Currently-
gruesome?
Currently beating this dude
All right.
to the amusement and seeming kind of amusement to everyone else. Everyone keeps yelling traitor and heretic, all directed toward this man in the middle, as he's currently getting beaten and at one point getting flogged.
Well, that
Can
just
I
escalated.
make my way through? See this too?
Yeah, you were behind Ian, and you're seeing this as well.
Can I like walk up and be like, hey, what the hell is going on here?
The guard turns around and gives you a not so pleasant whack with the baton across your face.
Be like,
Hold on.
okay, so is that how it's gonna be?
It's like, this is not your place, civilian. Get back.
You just hit me in the face.
Nick about to
I
start
think this
his
is
own
my
fight.
business now.
Yeah, you take 8 damage
Oof.
from that baton strike.
Nick makes a comment about how we're gonna
think
be
you
the
should
one to
give
start a
up now.
fight.
Ow. Can I like punch him back for that?
You hear as you're contemplating what you're gonna do next. You hear the man on the pole being, "Please, help me." So what do you do, Nick?
Alright, this is in character. I'm gonna ask you nicely one more time before I punch you in the goddamn face. What's going on here?
We're currently beating this heretic to death. What does it look like? Now get
For
back
what?
before I give you even more what I just gave you.
What did he do?
He kind of pushes you back as more of these guards make their way towards you.
Mm. I guess I'll back off for now. I'm not
Right. As
really
you
in the
back
mood for
off,
a 1-on-5 fight.
as you back off, the guards kind of go back to where they were, and the one guard with the baton starts beating the man even more viciously until finally a crack is heard. Even throughout the kind of teeming masses of people yelling, a crack is heard as the guy's skull is split open.
Oh.
Well, that just isn't necessary.
He,
Thanks for the help, guys.
The guards leave his corpse chained to the pole. As you now notice, there is one more body, a woman this time, seemingly that has suffered the same fate before.
What did I tell you? The people in the north are savages.
I'm gonna.
I hate the cold. It ruffles my feathers.
Get it? Because I'm a bird.
Oh.
These people obviously aren't the best types, so we better watch ourselves before we end up facing the same fate.
Watch your tail feathers, everybody.
The crowd begins to disperse, and now they're going along their daily.
I'm gonna grab someone by the
lives.
shoulder and ask what happened.
Kind of
Just the
looks at
nearest.
you. Grab the nearest person. It's a kind of shorter, bald fellow. He
Mhm.
kind of looks at you and go, "Oh, you're wondering what he was, is he?
Both of them, actually.
He's a filthy heretic. He's part of the cult gang that resides outside of town. They've been raiding our town for a couple of days now. So we round up anything we capture, and we just display them in the middle of town.
Can you tell me more about this cult?
It's heretical if I tell you any main doctrine of the cult. The only thing I really know is that they kidnap people and take them off into the waste somewhere. I don't know where, though. But if you can excuse me, I have other business to attend to.
Yes.
Yeah, very well. Go on your merry way. Thank you
Yeah.
for the info.
Yes. Good day to you, newcomer. And he kind of walks off to a nearby building.
That reminds me of the cult from the last thing. Is it the same
So-
cult?
What do you guys do now? Now that the crowd is dispersed.
I would like to go buy a fur coat.
I thought you already had one.
Nah, he was the only one who didn't buy one.
Yeah, I didn't get
Oh.
a fur coat.
So you attempt to find a tailor shop. Roll perception for me.
15.
You manage to make your way through the city, kind of getting your bearings on where everything is. You kind of pass by this alleyway, and a noise makes you stop.
Hmm?
You look in, and you see those same pair of white eyes that you saw before. just staring at you from the darkness of this alleyway, as the sun is now almost fully set.
Oh dear.
I cast dancing lights, but I make them a similar color to the. Well, I make them a similar color to the eyes.
As you make these dancing lights, the a noise emanates from where these eyes are, still shrouded in darkness. And they disappear.
The fuck?
Is that a language?
You cannot comprehend this language.
I should probably
So it is
check
But I-
so it
something.
is a language.
It is a language, yes.
Could I
But you
use comprehend
cannot-
languages?
It'll do nothing.
This spell is worthless.
Unfortunately, this seems to be a more ancient kind of language, even before that spell was really created.
This shit's stupid. I hate this spell. Literally does absolutely nothing.
Every single time you try and use it, you just can't.
Literally every time I've tried to use it, it's like, no, this shit too old. Magic doesn't exist, and this shit too old. God.
Yeah, it is.
Magic is
Pepperoni.
dying.
Don't worry,
Magic,
you'll find a use for
Rona.
it later.
magic equals dying art, but this shit too old for magic to be used. That's what it is.
That's
Fair
why
enough.
it's dying. Come on.
So did I see what it looked like?
You got a very vague outline. It was still a little bit too dark to see as the eyes seemingly just clung to the darkness. You did get a humanoid form, and you did see what looked to be antlers on its head.
Okay.
But other than that, you couldn't tell what else it was.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant and have Gary search, like, just investigate the town on my behalf.
Okay. Gary is mute, correct?
Yeah, he does not speak and he does not make noise. He's an invisible, mindless, shapeless, medium force that just does what I do.
Okay. So what is he
Classic Gary.
supposedly investigating for?
I just wanted to search the town for anything that's like anything that could be considered like suspicious.
Okay. You cast Gary. You can't see him, but you can kind of sense he's there.
Yeah.
And he kind of walks off. You can still see his footprints in the snow,
Mm-hmm.
snow-covered streets, and he walks off in a direction, just searching, I guess. But
Basically.
you do manage to find the tailor shop, which is, coincidentally, a couple houses down from where you just saw that creature.
Dun.
How much did I make the fur coat again?
I
I don't
It was
know.
like 6 gold.
Just a catalog.
somewhere around there.
Yeah. Here it is. Didn't I make it?
Depending on what type of fur it is, it costs more according to D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you walk in, there's like many different fur coats. You can kind of guess that since they're in the north, it's kind of required to have many different types of furs.
Yeah.
So you look in, you see animals animals from furs that you've never seen before. Like this one kind of fur-ish is more like scruff and what you assume to be a bear's, but it's way too white and not really kind of like bear-like, if that makes sense.
Is
It's
it
like
an
the
owl?
closest thing.
Is it an
It's kind of
owl
like
bear? Or is it like a polar bear?
more of onto the polar bear, since polar bears like don't
Yeah.
really, yeah. Since you don't go up into the north at all, you've never heard of these things.
Yeah, no, I would just for me.
Yeah.
Well,
You also find a bunch of this like sleek black and white coat that seems to be more feathers than fur.
I kind of my character will take more of an interest in the feather coat.
You look into it, and as you feel it, it's like a smooth sort of skin-ish, but once you like stroke your hand the other direction, all the feathers just start standing up as you move your hand.
I don't know whether or not to be impressed or disgusted.
You kind of hear a couple footsteps behind you, and the man kind of taps you on the shoulder. Oh, what? Are you interested in this fur coat, sir?
Well, frankly, I just don't understand why anyone would do this to a bird. They're such
Well,
nice creatures.
well, you see, it's kind of the few things that we have here to few natural resources, basically. But you go very far north where it's only ice, you can find these creatures. They they're these flightless birds that they are very tall, but their kind of coats are thick, so they can't really fly. Obviously, you know, I said flightless earlier, but you see, it's very warm because it keeps them warm all year round,
Interesting.
even when it's just a long dark of the winter season. It keeps them warm and you know.
I've never heard of such things. Flightless birds, you say?
Yes, it's quite a novelty actually. Some of us kind of keep them as pets. They have very short lifespans, unfortunately, but you might be able to find one around town.
Interesting. How much would this cost?
Oh, for you, great birdman, it would cost around 6 to 7 gold.
I'll take it.
All right. He kind of pulls the thing off of its little like stand. He's like,
Mhm.
I'll go back and he puts it on the counter. Kind of holds out his hand
Oh,
expectingly.
Is there 6 or 7?
He said 6 to 7, kind of 7 gold, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. I reach into my back and just pull out, like, as the chain is jingling, and I pull out 7 gold. Here you go, good sir.
Oh well, thank you. By the way, may I get your name?
Here. As in-
Yeah. That's quite a name. I've never heard of one like that before. Ah, well, my name is Elben. Pleased to
Elben?
meet you, Elben. Yes.
Very
I
good.
kind
And
of
then
run
somebody
this shop and own a couple more around town. If you never need anything, just ask me.
Interesting. Thank you.
Oh, and if you're the magic type, oh, I got the perfect place for you. I kind of own this little magic shop down the road. Might be interested if you are into that sort of stuff.
Oh,
Can I
well,
get-
aren't you lucky? I am actually a magic caster.
Oh, goody. There's a lady in there who will help you out if you ever need anything. But he kind of like produces a light in his hands. I'm sort of a magical person too. One of the only ones in town, in fact. It's good to see another person practicing this old art.
I kind of, like, cast my dancing lights around my head.
Ooh. I sure do know that spell as well.
Yes.
Oh, from one magician to another.
Indeed.
He kind of slides back another gold to you.
I put it back. Thank you.
I bid you farewell.
Goodbye.
Right, you leave the tailor shop.
And I put on my coat.
Yep. All right, so just so you guys know, Warforged, Malachi's character, he
Yeah.
kind of, after switching out all of his parts to the winterized set, you can find him throughout the town just preaching and doing general religious stuff. Since he's never been to this town before, he's kind of spreading the religion.
Yeah, that's fine.
I am gonna head to the nearest blacksmith.
You attempt to find the nearest blacksmith. Roll perception for me.
Yes, sir. Da-da. I got a 17.
Oh, nice. All right, you make your way over to distant clanging in the back. It's more of a kind of bigger workshop than a blacksmith's, really. You see a kind of smaller smokestack in the back producing this black smoke that's just emanating throughout town.
Ah, global warming.
And as you get closer, it seems to get a little bit colder as you make your way over. When you open the door, you notice that the whole shop, it's more of a, it's like so, can't really describe this well. Uh, it's so cold, your breath, even though it was kind of fogging earlier outside, it just straight up, your mouth is starting to freeze over.
Okay, jeez.
Like, not really that much, like severely. It's just like your tongue kind of gets a little bit of ice on it. When you kind of put it back in your mouth, it melts.
I'm gonna like bury myself in my coat a bit more as I enter this place.
Along the back of the shop, you see a blue flame emanating from the fireplace, producing this black smoke, and what looks to be a snowman to you, just clanging away at this really beautiful sword that you've never seen the make of it before. Its hilt is engraved in different swirly designs, and the blade is more curved. It's serrated and seems to be transparent.
Ooh, this blade. I'm gonna like clear my throat a little bit. Snowman?
Guy turns around. It's actually just a giant head of hair that is frozen over.
Ah.
Ugh. What do you want?
Well, I was just coming here to just get a simple weapon, but I'm more interested in what you're up to now. This looks very, very interesting. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, this. He kind of holds up this. You can see now he was working on a great sword.
Oh, yes.
Oh yes. Thus this is one of me. He kind of struggles to find the words because he doesn't really like it. Like, you get the feeling he doesn't really like talking about his own work.
You don't have to tell me.
Specialty.
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I'm not looking for huge details. I just was curious.
Well,
It's a beautiful blade.
I thank ye. He kind of turns back to the anvil and continues to clang away at the sword. Is there anything specific you want?
I was looking for two short swords, and I'm also rather curious about that sword you're working on now. When would that be done?
Oh, I'm just putting the finishing touches on him right now.
All right,
Are you
so
interested in buying?
I am, yes, actually.
I see. He kind of like clangs away for another couple minutes and just puts the sword in this blue flame, pulls it out. Thinking, oh, yep, it's done now. Kind of puts it in this specialized sheath. Well, he kind of walks over. He's kind of like, when he's not working on things, you also get the sense that he's very clumsy, in a sense.
I'm
Like,
prepared.
you wouldn't think a blacksmith would be kind of clumsy.
So I can sense that he might be clumsy.
He kind of pulls out a frozen sheet of paper. It's 75 gold for this. I'll pay you right here.
Is that all?
Well, yes, obviously.
For for beauty like this, and you only want 75 gold for it?
Oh, I kind of make a lot of them every day.
What would you say your best masterpiece is?
He's like, oh, now this. He kind of puts the sword in a little like box, like a thin box that's as long as the sword. Kind of puts it onto this little conveyor. First time you're seeing a conveyor belt
In a blacksmith.
in a blacksmith shop, and it kind of goes off into a little tunnel. He kind of walks over to a display case I haven't noticed before. He opens it up. It's an even more ornate greatsword that he kind of hands it to you. This
Right.
one right here is my masterpiece. It's all my own war sword.
Is it used?
No, I haven't used it against live people before, but I have used it on the wildlife. And he kind of takes out a bit of meat that hasn't frozen over from like a back room. Kind of takes the sword from you and just cuts it gently. It's as you're observing, this is the sharpest blade you've ever seen, as it just effortlessly cuts through the bone and meat as if it's like just passing through air. And as it does it, the meat bursts into the blue flame and then completely disappears.
What just happened? That was magic.
Mm-hmm. It's one of these rare magical swords that I could still make. He kind of takes the sword back and places it in the display case. It might be a little bit too expensive for ye, but if you have a lot of gold, then by all means.
How much?
Oh, just a little bit of 400 gold.
400. If I were to offer up my own greatsword, it's a bit used, but you could use it for materials.
He
I would
kind
say.
of takes it.
Mhm.
Oh, laddie, I can't use this.
That's too bad.
Yes, I don't work with normal metals here. Normal metal sort of just doesn't work with the fire.
The more I look at the swords, the more the cold just kind of doesn't affect me anymore because greatswords are like,
Yeah. Yeah, you start to get used to the biting cold. Although now your hair is currently iced over as much as the man's is. Or the dwarf's, really. It's a dwarf.
Just call me icy. All right. So you said 400 gold, and do you sell short swords here?
Oh, we do. There isn't much demand for him, but he kind of pulls out one of the same as ornate swords as the great swords, just short. It's one of these. Kind of hands it to you.
I take a nice long look at it. Do you have perhaps one more of these?
We do. Yeah, have a little bit of quite the supply of these, but I made them a while ago.
All right, then. I would like 2 of these and that beautiful greatsword in that display case.
Oh, you're the rich kind of fella, aren't you?
I just completed a quest, and I'm about to get some more gold. I might even tip you.
Aye, it's around 20 gold per short sword here. And like I said, 400 gold for that there greatsword.
So 400 gold for the greatsword, 75 per short sword. I'm doing like math in my head.
It's 25 or 20 per short sword.
20 per ornate short sword?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so 20. Okay. I will give you 500 gold for the greatsword and both the short swords.
I like you already. You kind of hand over the 500. He kind of takes out this not so like ornate sheath and just puts the beautiful sword in it and hands it to you.
And
You now have
immediately put that on my back.
the Frost Frostborn's Tooth.
Frostborn's tooth. Is that an item in the, or is that a natural, made up item?
Yes, it is made up.
Okay. Can I get the stats for it?
Here, let's see here. How much would that damage would that be? Ooh. All right. So, if you manage to hit with the sword, it's 2d20 damage
Holy crap! And what's the
plus
name of the sword you said?
Frostborn's Tooth
Frostborn's tooth.
plus 6 cold damage, cold and fire damage.
Jesus Christ! All right, you said 2d20 damage, 2d20
Okay.
plus 6 cold damage.
And then if it's a natural 20 to hit, it deals an extra 10 fire damage.
So if I get a nat 20, then that's
However, upon an unsuccessful hit,
Ooh.
you take 2d20 cold damage.
Jesus. Okay, well I'm not that afraid of a missed hit. So if I miss with this, then I get hit with 2d20
Yes.
cold damage. Okay,
Yes.
I might save this for later. What did
These short swords are like normal short swords. However, they deal an extra 6 damage or 6 cold damage.
Okay, gotcha, cool. Alright, let me just add this. If you miss 10. You said
Alright,
fire damage? Or
if you miss, it's 2d20 cold damage, but if you hit, it's 2d20 plus 6 cold and fire damage.
okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and say thank you, and I'm gonna go ahead and just like drop 20 more gold on my
Quite
20
the
gold
luck.
from the
You're quite the wealthy lad, aren't ya? And he kind of turns back to a new hunk of what you now see as a hunk of basically ice. He just pulls out of the barrel.
Mhm.
Oh, and if it's like, if you take it out of the northern area,
Mhm.
then the damage starts to slowly go down until it's just the hilt. The
Okay.
sword, like the main blade, completely melts off. If you keep it near any like big heat, or take it out of its sheath near heat.
So
If
does
that
the
makes sense.
sheath keep it from melting?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, even though it's not pretty, it still is pretty, like, it's functional, not nice, basically.
Okay, and let me go ahead and is there a way to perhaps refreeze it if it happens to start melting?
You bring it back to the blacksmith here
Okay, good to know.
to do repairs, because he can only do it.
Alright, that'll be it for me.
All right. So, Michael, you just buried your child slave.
Us now?
Yep.
Pretty sure time has passed at this point.
Well, yeah. Sorry. No. Well, yeah. You just had a mini service for him.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing?
Yeah, how are the parents taking it?
They're very sad and looking at you with fiery anger and hate. Because you dragged them off all the way up here and killed their child, basically.
Sorry, one more question. How much does the sword weigh?
It's actually very light at around. How much does a normal greatsword weigh?
6 pounds.
It's actually at around 3 pounds.
Okay, that's good.
Do it made of being ice.
Okay, thanks. That's it.
So,
That's it
Michael,
for me.
what are you doing?
I'll just meet up with the rest of the group.
All right, you walk over. You you walk around town. You manage to find Malachi's character, but he's currently giving sermons to a small group of people that you managed to gather. And so you kind of walk off. You start snaking away through the city streets until you find yourself kind of lost in the back alleys.
Oh yes, of course.
You couldn't find the rest of the group, but you do
I mean,
see.
I could have rolled.
Yeah, I have something planned for you.
Oh, of course.
You do see a shady looking dude leaning against a wall next to a door.
Can I just like avoid him?
You attempt to avoid him, but as you walk past, the door opens and two people walk out. One has a slave collar around her neck. The other is quite a hefty looking man, fattish, who is currently leading her by a chain.
Oh. What do you want?
I mean, he doesn't really accost you, but he turns around when you say what you want. He's like, "Ah, another owner of the fine human race, I see."
I'm an elf.
Ah, yes, I know that, I can see. He's like, he kind of points to the two humans that you have chained up as your
Oh, right.
slaves.
Yeah.
Yes. And you notice that this man, you didn't get a good look at him, but he's pretty scaly here.
I see we have something in common.
Ah, yes, we do. I just purchased myself this fine specimen right here. Kind of yanks the slave's chain. He kind of squeaks, and then he gets closer. She was worth a hefty sum, but I hear she's good at certain things. And you might be wondering where I got this fine specimen. Are you not?
I am wondering.
He kind of points to the door. Kind of waves over the guy standing next to it. He kind of saunters over. Yes. You, sir, I implore you to let this man inside the self-respective house here whenever he feels like it. He's like, okay. And he kind of goes back to the door. Hey, sir, can I get your name?
Squirrel.
Very unusual, but you are an elf. My name is Yegron.
Good to meet you,
It
Yegra.
is good to meet you too. There's not many people who are into this fine art of human collecting.
Unfortunately, I lost one recently.
Oh, you have! How unfortunate! Here, he kind of
No.
leads you over to the door. You see, I'll get you a little something just to kind of ease this financial loss that you have just sustained. Kind of opens the door, and you are greeted with a very warm interior. It smells heavily of lavender and other spices that you've never smelled before. And you see like velvety cushions, curtains that are set up. It looks like one of these very expensive brothels, but people just chained up, like kind of on display, kind of going around with the
So like a slave brothel.
patrons. Yes, basically. But it's all manner, all types of people. Some of them are not human. Others are obviously human. You don't find a lot of human slave owners here, which kind of intrigues you a bit, but you probably don't care.
No, I really don't.
So he kind of leads you over to a kind of display area. It's like, sir, may I ask, what was the appropriate cost of this one particular slave you lost? See, I want to get my new friend a sort of gift.
Hang on, out of character. Don't actually remember. I know I bought them as a group. It's been
Yeah,
a couple weeks.
I think it was 100 gold. Not sure.
It was
Or
a lot of money, I remember. It was like almost all of his money.
Hold on.
That's what it
How much-
was. Yeah, it was
how much
It was
gold-
around 1,000.
Yeah, how much gold did we have in total?
We had 2,000, and you have like, I think
How
you have
much do you
600
have
left.
right now? Yeah.
Right now I'm at 211.
Jesus.
The child. Yeah. Yeah.
And I had to pay 4 times the price, yeah.
Yeah.
I
The
remember.
child was basically worth around 100. The parents were worth a lot.
I think the mom was like 500, and the dad was like 700.
Just around that, probably. I forget, to be honest. I didn't write it
I
down.
lost the youngest one. It was about 100 gold.
Oh, I see. Kind of leads you over to a display of children.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is not one of those squeaky clean types of places where no, they just work. No.
Gotta rebuild the family.
I'm pulling out all the stops for this one because I'm not doing another campaign until much later, like in a couple years. So I'm pulling out all the stops for this one. At least I'm trying to. You find a display of mostly little girls, but you do find a few males in with this little group of display.
Let the parents choose the replacement.
Oh my god.
The parents
Hey.
should look at you with utter disgust, and then after a few beratements, he was Jaeger, yeah. A few beratements from him. They finally point out a little boy just around the age of their lost son. He's like,
I can
excellent.
imagine they're just like all of them.
Is the slave human?
Yes.
Ah.
It's a majority human sort of slave thing here.
These are always so uninteresting.
You still have a choice to overrule them and get a inhuman.
Alright, fine. I'll try and convince them to not get a human then.
After some quote unquote convincing,
You should
you
charisma roll.
no, he doesn't have to. He's the master. They're gonna agree with whatever he
Yeah,
says.
I guess that makes sense.
You managed to talk them into getting. Is there a specific one that you want, Michael?
No, not really. Just not
human.
my species and not theirs.
All right. I mean, FYI, you can get a demi-human.
Ah.
What kind?
Whatever you feel like,
Raccoon.
you can find a different. You can find almost any demi-human here. Just most of them not the same gender or age.
Great. So, right now I'm gonna ask, out of character, what's better, cat girl,
Oh god.
or raccoon girl?
I think
Cat
the
girl
answer
has
is
more
obvious.
reflexes, but the raccoon girl is kind of more resourceful. If you would put traits to them.
I think we all know the real answer here.
Are you pulling a shield hero, Michael?
So I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the raccoon girl.
All right, so Yagram, he kind of gets the he kind of pulls the raccoon girl away from her display, goes up to a counter slash bar, pays for her, gets a new chain that is magically sealed, and gives it to you. All right, here you go, my new friend. Now, I have to be off to some other business, but I do hope to see you again. I'll definitely buy you a drink.
I hope to see you again as well.
All right, he leaves you in the middle of
Hope
the
you die.
brothel slash slave house.
What is with Michael and slaves and campaigns?
Yeah,
Michael dies.
Hold on. Before you judge me,
he
it's a
has a
raccoon girl.
use, and slavery isn't frowned upon, at least in some cities.
Hey, I frown upon it, so. And Spencer definitely frowns upon it.
And there are no laws outside of those cities. So
I thought
it doesn't
Spencer
really matter.
liked it.
Yeah, Spencer definitely liked
Spencer,
it. Yeah,
Spencer loves it.
yeah, Spencer loves it.
He's into it.
Hmm He secretly wants one, but he doesn't want to tell us.
No, but-
Yeah,
Probably
I
has
mean,
a raccoon girl now.
how could I turn down a raccoon girl? I mean, come on.
All right, so Michael, is that your little thing here?
Yes, that is my that's all I'm doing. Oh wait, I need to
Alright.
come up with a name.
Yes. Like she kind of looks up at you. It's like, do I keep my name?
Oh well, what is your name?
My name is Brea, but I mean, you can come up with any name, I guess.
Repeat that one more time.
Brea.
Brea.
The voice.
Like
The
Brea,
voice.
but with a B.
Yeah.
Wait, let's keep the B.
Bitch.
Raftalia. Raftalia.
Braftalia.
Proctalia. Oh god.
Do
Yeah, you know what? Let's go with Broftalia.
Oh my god.
God damn, no. Alright, no. That's what I'm
Please.
drawing. Oh, we just got banned in China. All right.
Yeah, you can just move on to the next turn. I'll come up with something.
All right. Livy, what are you doing?
Livy, you're muted.
I know I'm muted. What's around me, I guess?
Surround you, there's a multitude of houses, but you do find a bunch of different stalls with like jewelry, with food, with different like kind of, I guess, like precious metals, I guess. Not really metals, but what looks to be to you to be ice. But different like kinds of kind of stones that they import or other stuff. That's you're technically in the market square, just with two corpses in the middle.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna go get food.
You walk up to a stall, and what they have is very foreign to you. Like you have these different like cakes made out of animals that you've never heard of before.
Cakes made of animals.
Like different like meat, like kind of meat pies. If you'd put a name to it.
Making me hungry.
You have the penguis, not penguin, haha, but no, the penguis meat pie. That is the cheapest option.
I guess I'll just go for that. How much is it?
Well, I didn't describe everything else.
Alright, well then describe everything else.
I'm trying, but I have to write down these names because I didn't, and I'm making them up off the top of my head.
Can you put
Question of
those?
the DM.
Can you put those names or whatever in the important stuff so I can add them to the subtitles later?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You have the let's see, the rock whale, which it kind of weird. You think it'd be a stone whale, but you see the thick slab of meat that is just on the gullus dish, which is mostly like different kinds of fats, I guess. Well, looks to be fats to you. You've never seen this kind of meat, but it's sprinkled in with different vegetables and like different other plants that grow in the north, that somehow grow in the north.
Okay.
That's really all what this stall is selling.
The like meat pie thing's warm.
Yes. All this
Alright,
stuff
then
has
I'm gonna-
been is being cooked in front of you.
Alright, then I will have meat pies.
Right.
Which
A
are they?
Penguis meat pies. It'll cost you 1 silver for one pie.
Okay. How many? Which is the 10
That's
silver
one
equals
tenth
1
of the
gold.
gold.
10 silver, 1 gold, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, that's how it works. And 10 bronze is 1 silver.
Okay, so then I'm gonna buy 2 meat pies.
Alright, that's 2 silver. I'm gonna hand it over, and as you kind of attempt to eat it, it's very flavorful. When you cut into it, there is a lot of there's like different vegetables. You see the meat is kind of big, some shit. And the paste, I don't know about cooking, man. You gotta give me like tips on like some
can-
dishes I can make up. Yeah, we have to
Pretty good description.
after the session. We'll have to like talk on how to like make a good like weird dish.
Dude,
Yeah,
my
I
mom
can help
made
with that.
my mom made orange chicken for dinner tonight that I'm eating right now.
Ooh,
Oh my
nice.
god, why you guys stop talking about food?
I'm torturing you on purpose,
Yes.
Nick.
I'm gonna mute you, Rachel.
All right. So, is that your turn,
Alright.
Livy? Is that what you're
Chinese
gonna do?
languages.
Yeah.
It's
All
Ray's
right.
turn.
Rachel, what are you doing?
Let me finish chewing. Let me finish chewing real quick.
All
I'm
right.
chewing.
What's around me?
You're still in that same market square, but it is dark, but everyone seems to be still active without even going to sleep. Kind of.
Okay.
Forgot to mention that there's like people are still awake even though it's basically nighttime.
Me. Literally. We were sent on a mission here, right?
Yeah.
Doing. What was that mission again?
You were to go up to this town and find the hooded man who'll be waiting here for you.
Did he give like any indication of where the area he would be at would be?
Not really. He kind of you assumed, not really you assume, but it's kind of like he's challenging you to find him.
Like a
Basically.
scavenger hunt.
Whoa!
Hide and go seek. Shoot. Okay, let me. Fuck, I don't know what to do now. Is there like. I guess, can I just start like looking around for like clues to try and figure out where he may or may not be?
Yeah, sure. Roll investigation.
Investigation. Alright. 15?
15?
Yep.
Alright, so you kind of start looking around for this hooded man. You didn't really get a good look at his face, or at all, because he was hooded, duh.
Mhm.
But you do manage to, like, find some clues on his whereabouts. And this is mainly because you kind of follow this strange hooded man in the crowd that you managed to see, because the gas lamps around town they lit up already. So it's God, I did not do a good job of explaining this fucking background. That's fine. That is fine.
You can do it
To give
later.
a quick recap, everything like the gas lamps have this like blue glow to them,
Mm-hmm.
and they line every street to where it's basically when you look up, that's the only like darkness you can see, or like down alleyways when there's no gas lamps. Kind of,
Okay.
it's kind of like a well-lit street or like Broadway or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, you find this hooded man like in the crowd. He's sort of standing there and kind of as you walk over, he kind of makes his way through the crowd, keeping pace to you so that you're not really getting any closer, but you're not getting far away.
Okay. So it's kind of like he's like leading me.
Yeah,
Somewhere?
basically.
Okay. Okay, I guess I just follow him.
Right. You follow him down these winding streets. And you just get a sense of how big this place is. When you were in the port, it didn't look big at all to you,
Mm-hmm.
but it surprises you on how kind of extensive this place is. And then through the streets, he leads you to a more dingy and dead area. Not really like dead, like there's not a lot
Deserted.
of people or deserted place where there is just one solitary gas lamp that he stands under. He just stops.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Rachel, come back. Find me. I can help you.
Do I like remember my way back to like the area that we were in?
Roll a
earlier?
history check.
Oh fuck. What
Roll
is
a
my
memory check.
history? Dude,
Mine's like nothing.
I have +1.
My intelligence is so low.
We've got a 17.
Hey.
17. You remember your way back to where you
Oh,
were.
God bless. Nick, are you still in that area?
I am heading back now. Now, stop.
Okay, I guess I kind of like. I want to head back to the main area where I guess like the two people died are at, but like I want to memorize like so I can like show the party back to where the guy stopped, and I want to try and go find Nick's character, and
So
I
you-
want to, huh?
So you try to make your way back.
Yes.
When you turn around, you now see the hooded man is directly in front of you.
Oh shit.
It's a magic boy.
Right
Okay.
now.
Dimension door. Hello
Hashtag
there.
teleport.
I see you've made it to this place.
And why does none of the weird shit happen to me?
Yeah, our party just arrived a few hours ago. It was hours ago, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, I watched your party make its way over to that wonderful display in the middle of the courtyard. But we
Oh,
have
he's a cool
business
boy.
to discuss.
Oh, is he?
Should I go and gather my other party members to bring them back here?
If you so desire to, I'll be here until the daytime. Well, when it's somewhat bright out up here.
About how long would it be until it's night, daytime or brighter? I guess.
Would normally be around 2 days.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Is this place kind of like
Eternal night.
I get, isn't it
You'll have to find out.
Alaska that gets like very, very little sunlight and the rest is like night?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
Well,
kind of
this
like
is
that
not
place?
Alaska.
Well, I know it's
Yeah.
not, but like in the sense of like
There's a
the
different
day and
reason on
night.
why it's day and night up here,
Okay.
and why that
Or-
there's still ice at all in the world like this.
Okay.
That makes sense actually.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna stop talking with him since he said that like that I'll be here. Then I'm gonna
He
go
kind
and
of
try and
steps out of
gather.
your way and just goes back to stand under that gas lamp.
Okay, I'm gonna go and try and find the other members, and then
All right.
Yeah.
So, you attempt to find everyone. You manage to find Wolf and Livy. What was
Three
your
shiny new
character's name?
swords.
And if you could possibly like change your name to your character's name, Livy, next time,
It's Val.
just so I remember.
yeah, I was gonna say
Valru?
wasn't it Valru?
Bauru, was it?
Val.
Belarus? No.
Valru.
And you find Valru just
Isn't
chilling
it
in the
that?
market square. Valru. Yeah, Valru.
But you don't say the T.
Yeah, Valru.
Okay.
You also find Ian Victor. He made his way back.
Okay.
So hold on, before you start, Michael, what are you doing? You're still in this. You're still in this place. And as
Hello?
you're still thinking of a name, you also see at least 5 or 6 other dudes lead a younger-looking slave girl into a back room.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
I told you,
Michael.
this is a brothel and a slave house.
Hmm.
Hey Michael, leave me here. I wanna buy a slave.
So I'm gonna leave.
You're gonna leave?
I'm gonna leave with the parents and Beta.
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 Uh,
Beta.
Fucking.
That sounds
I'm assuming
very
you know
familiar.
that.
Beta.
I've heard that name before.
I've already written it down, so yeah, it's too late.
All right, her name is Beta now.
Yeah, that is.
You still have that coat that you bought for the other child, or the other child slave that you had.
Right, I'll put it on her.
All right, and you leave
Don't even know where it came
you leave this place. You actually get the name of it. It's called the Golden Goose.
Perfect.
Why does that sound familiar?
More like the Golden Slaves. I don't know.
Golden
And
Goose
now I'm gonna
Slave
try and meet up.
House.
Now I'm gonna try and meet up with the rest of the group.
All right, so you managed to make your way over to the market square after much difficulty.
I could have just rolled.
Yeah, I know. But you have slaves. They have to watch it. You have to basically roll for them. I'm not waiting for like 4 separate rolls.
I'm having
Man,
dinner
I'm
around
reading them,
7,
so,
so
Right.
I'm gonna draw this out.
Yeah.
So you managed to find Rakiri, Wolf, and Valru and Ear.
Yeah. I know those names so well. I still can't tell who's who.
Rakiri is Rachel.
Just R and R.
Nick is Wolf. Varu is Livy. And Ear is Ian. Oh yeah,
Ear-
Ghost is just
Ear's
chilling
one of
off
the-
in a tavern. He does not care about the thing. As of right
Wait,
now.
who's closest to me?
Rakiri.
Oh god.
All right. Then I'll meet up with Rakiri.
Aren't all of us in a group though?
Yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
Rachel now.
Oh, right.
Because I found Wolf
Hey,
and
I finally
Valru.
caught up with you.
Yeah, where have you been?
I think he was obviously buying some slaves.
Yeah, you guys noticed the new slave that popped up with him, who is a demi-human.
Okay.
I had to.
Shake my
I just
head. You disappoint
had
me.
to, you know? I
You
mean,
disappoint me.
Uh,
I ought to slice your head off with my new sword.
why?
so you guys remember the
Because-
hooded
I-
figure we met
I
up with?
freed this person.
Hooded figure? Excuse
Yeah.
me?
Well,
What
wait,
hooded
Wolf wasn't there for that. Michael
No, it was
and
just you.
Livy was? No, before when we met him.
Oh, that's someone
originally.
else? I
What?
didn't know he was someone you guys knew.
Yeah. We met up with him. That's how we knew to come here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
That's what I
just,
thought.
it's just. Wolf wasn't present when.
Yeah,
you guys
but
did that.
Yeah, so I asked that in
Michael-
character. What?
Yeah, but
Michael
Michael and
character.
Livy was there, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I guess I'm.
Yeah.
Like, I guess directing that question to them.
So,
I'm just gonna tell them that.
tell them.
So
Gotta
I
act it out,
found
man.
the. Well, I was trying and they didn't. I guess respond. But
Go
whatever. Okay. I found the hooded figure that we met up a while back, and he told me to bring you guys to the place that he brought me, so that we can get on with our mission objective
Quest.
Right.
quest.
Ah, so that's who you're talking to. Wolf
You
just
seen a
casually
slave
says,
training area anywhere nearby?
No, I did
why don't we
not.
just focus on the quest right now?
Michael, you were just at the slave training area.
No. Training.
Training.
Oh, training. There
You
isn't
can
a place.
train your slaves later. We need to focus on the quest.
Yeah, but I don't really want them to die, especially Beta.
He makes a good point.
All right, so
I'm just gonna lead them to the place that he took me.
all right, so with Raikiri leading the group, she leads you to where the singular gas lamp is, with the hooded figure standing under it.
Well, aren't you creepy?
An astute observation.
Hmm.
Now, fill you in on what's going on while you're here. So, main reason why you are needed here is, well, need you to kill a great beast up in the very, very north of this place. Kind of expectantly waits for questions,
What is the
like
beast?
he's done this before.
You're expecting us to go more north?
You see, he kind of points at who has the scale,
Scale?
the dragon scale that you guys had with the Latin inscribed in it.
Question.
Not me.
That's a great question.
I think Joe had it.
We'll
Joe's
just
at the
say,
tavern.
Well,
Joe handed
you
it to
have
one
it.
of
story's
us.
sake.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
you
guess I
have it.
just
Right
grab
here, he
it
has it.
out of my bag, whatever
We
I'm
just kind
carrying.
of stole it from him.
He kind of inscribes another set of all Latin scripture onto it and hands it back. You'll find the location from those etchings.
Wasn't
You'll
Ian the
find
one?
the-
that did-
No, he can't. discern
No,
what
yeah, he
it
couldn't
is.
do Latin either.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we figure out it was Frostborn? That it said to meet at Frostborn again?
Yeah, he
That's where the-
told.
Oh,
he
okay.
physically
Alright.
told you guys to be here.
Okay.
You see, there are many who wish to see this creature dead, including myself.
Can you
And,
tell us what we can expect from this creature, kind sir?
I cannot. You see, many others have tried, failed at this. particular journey.
So it's simply just very powerful. That's exciting.
Would a child be able to survive the journey?
If you get him a coat.
I honestly don't know. It would be very, very surprising if it was.
You know where a slave training place is?
I don't. There isn't really anywhere
Oh,
here.
Just find an
What?
open area, squirrel, and train your slaves when time.
But there is the cultist encampment outside of the town. They might help you with that.
Don't go to cultists to train your slaves, please.
I mean,
And
you
then-
can't say they're bad trainers. You haven't met them yet.
We just saw 2 brutalized while we entered the town.
However, there is, to help you along your way at least, there is a person here in this town who would be able to transcribe what's written on that scale.
Can you point us in his direction then? His her?
That would be too easy.
Well, that's not very nice. What if I paid you?
I don't really. No. I
Damn.
cannot do it myself, but I don't want it to be easy anyway.
Right.
You see, that undermined the whole process of things. And he kind of like, as he says those words, starts backing up out of the light of the gas lamp. I bid you all farewell.
Shoot him.
Good luck on your journey.
Shoot.
Us.
As you attempt to shoot him, the arrow goes straight through him, like it's just smoke, and
This
he
guy's a
disappears
spooky
into
boy.
the shadows.
You should know this by now, Michael. He's spooky boy.
He's a ghost.
Nah,
Supposedly.
we have a ghost.
Yeah, we already have Ghostman.
We already have a ghost.
It's a ghost, not ghost.
Ghost boy.
It's just secretly Joe the entire time.
That'd be funny.
Ignore that.
Alright,
Okay,
so
I have
Let's hunt this
maybe
guy
an
down.
idea on who can help us find out who this person is.
Bounty hunter?
No,
Bounty hunter.
alright,
someone who
so
can help us find out what this Latin stuff is.
I have comprehend language.
Ian had
So does
comprehend
Ian,
language,
and
he
he
couldn't
can't use
comprehend
it.
the
Ian couldn't do
language.
it either.
I
I have a
mean,
feeling
he-
that it's not going to work.
Put
I
new
just have a
stuff
feeling.
on it. Maybe.
I'm just
yeah.
gonna say, you can't get this inscribed in a straightforward way.
Straightforward way.
Well, that's unfortunate.
So you can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna look for the dude," and then just magically find him.
Fuck.
I'm not gonna. That's not what I was gonna do. I was gonna go back to the
I-
blacksmith.
I'm just gonna say, like,
We look
That's a
for the
whole thing
dude
that doesn't
and we
happen.
find him. Nah, it's boring.
yeah, that's the whole reason why he didn't want to say. Also, you can't really use magic to discern what this is as well.
Oh,
Is that the reason why you can't use comprehend language?
Yeah,
Okay.
Mhm.
it's and it Latin predates this world by many centuries.
I'm gonna. Can I see the scale? I have someone that might be able.
Yeah, I hand a scale to Wolf.
Anyone who wants to join me, follow, but prepare to be very cold.
Very
and I
cold.
start heading. Yeah, I'm not gonna like add on that and just start heading to the blacksmith.
if anyone wants to help me find a sort of place for these slaves temporarily,
Everybody falls
Uh,
off.
I'm just gonna stare at Michael's character and just walk off behind Nick and like while I walk off, I'm just gonna like bring my overcoat like closer to myself to keep myself warmer.
I do the
Alright.
same.
Now that just
Yeah, you
seems
are
like-
cold-blooded.
Sorry, how
aren't
dare
you?
you?
Yeah, the
Alright,
Dragonborns
now I
are
got.
cold-blooded, so this is kind of hell on them right
I'm
now.
gonna go ahead and guess that ear would also follow us.
Yeah, he follows Wolf. Actually, no, he's like, no, never mind. Yeah, he does follow Wolf. I had an
Okay,
idea. It's like, oh yeah, you just
and-
follow Michael. No.
Valru. Valru, are you following me? Helping.
I'm assuming
uh,
Valru.
Value, yeah, he would follow.
Alright.
Scrolls on his own.
Well, let's find a
I-
baby.
I
A
would follow the
babysitter?
Remember,
blacksmith.
you have a contact already.
Do.
Yeah, it was the guy you met outside who bought you the slave, the new slave.
Ah. I finally go back there.
He's not there. But as you,
Oh,
all right. So we'll go on
find
with
someone
your
similar.
thing. So, Michael, you attempt to find. I said it was Jaegerum, right?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, you attempt to find Jaegerum. You, roll a history check for me.
Oh God. Oh well, I very seriously doubt. 7.
Yeah, no, you can't really remember like details about him. You know, he was, kind of heftier kind of guy. He looked like he was wealthy. Just say that.
Oh wow. I'm gonna tell you right now. I have a +5 on history. That means I rolled a 2.
Lord.
I think that's
Jesus.
karma for buying slave.
Yeah.
What's wrong with buying slaves? I'm
Lot.
sort,
You are not the shield
sort of
hero.
helping them.
Why don't you go buy all the slaves then, bud?
I don't have the kind of money.
We could free them. Like in the last one.
Oh my god.
You want Jonah?
All right, so you ask around for Jaeger, and they point you to
I did it last
in a
time.
direction with much nicer looking houses.
Hunter back.
Doing 3 different ones.
3 different gutters
Well, technically, they're attached.
in the back.
Okay, so Michael is currently dealing with that while he's dealing with Jonah. Everyone else.
We are heading to the blacksmith.
All right, you find everyone who hasn't been to the blacksmith. You find as you get nearer to this workshop-looking building, it gets colder and colder as you get closer. You attribute that to the night until Wolf opens the door and a blast of just cold hits you, freezing your hair like rigid. And for the reptiles amongst you, basically your body parts are slowly starting to freeze.
Ooh, shit. I suggest you might want to stay out here, Kiri.
Well, out of character,
Unless-
would there be like any shops that I could get something to warm myself up?
Yeah. You see a bunch of food stalls, a general goods store, a tavern.
Okay.
I will look up in my hair like, you know what? I kind of like this look.
And then, all right.
Al's gonna look at Kiri.
Oh yeah,
and kinda,
Varu.
like,
Varu. By the
gesture.
way, Varu. By the way, the cold doesn't do as much freezing on you since you did eat the penguis meat pie.
And I'm used
So
to it.
I gesture to like Kiri and potentially Squirrel if Squirrel cares. To
Squirrel's
like
not there right now.
Oh, never mind. And just for Kiri, since Wolf doesn't care. The meat pies and stuff to encourage her to go eat some.
All right.
I'll follow so that we can get out of this cold.
Okay. So I guess while Wolf is doing his thing,
Yep.
we can just.
You
Yeah, that's
walk over
taken.
to the same stall that Varu got or his. It's Varu's a dude, right?
Yes.
I'll just
Okay,
say I'm
that-
waiting
that-
outside for them.
Yeah.
'Kay.
Varu leads you over to a place where he got this food, and you see the same kind of dishes, kind of being cooked and kind of served to a couple people by the stall. You see all this weird looking meats and different like foreign food, basically.
Okay. I
You
guess I go.
have the Penguis meat pies, which is the cheapest option. It's one silver. You have forgot to mention the price. The rock whale is about 9 silver. And the gullis dish is about 5 silver.
I'm gonna like ask the vendor, like what he prefers, like what would like in his opinion, what would be like the best option that he's selling.
You look. You ask, and he's like, "Oh, I'd definitely recommend the gullis dish right here. It has a lot of different kind of flavors that you might find appealing. It's different for everybody who eats it. It's kind of a weird sort of magical essence about the ingredients that I use. But I don't know if it's magic or not. But you know, five silver for a gullis dish.
Okay, I'll buy. Wait, can it? Obviously, this food can like.
This
Actually,
food
never
will
mind.
warm you up when you eat
No,
it.
I was gonna say, can it rot? But that doesn't. Never mind.
No.
Never
I
mind.
mean,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
in the
I also
cold, so it'll
forgot.
probably take
I also
longer.
forgot that you guys need to keep yourselves like warm, especially when you go up into the northern areas of this very cold place.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that next.
And so if you go like a whole in game sort of quote unquote daytime, a
Mhm.
whole day without warming yourself up, you'll start suffering negative effects.
Okay. I'm gonna buy the one thing that he said, but then would he sell anything that can like keep you warm on the go, like a hot drink in like a thermos kind of thing or something like that, so that it
Oh,
won't like.
you're looking for a good, nice hot drink. He kind of goes over to this metallic kind of what looks to be like a thermos, but it's huge. Kind of
Oof.
pulls out a little metallic mug with a lid. It kind of pours out this deep crimson liquid that steams into the that fogs up due to the cold. And he puts all this in a mug, puts a lid on it. That'll be an extra, I say, about an extra 5 copper.
Copper. Okay.
Nice drinking, Mister Wolf.
What's up?
Dude, I can
We can
hear
hear
you
you
drink
drinking.
your.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my bad. Sorry.
It added.
Yeah.
Yeah, it added to the drink effect.
Can I get the one food option and since the drink has a lid, can I get like 4
Can I
of
get,
those
like-
drinks?
You'll have to be carrying around 4 mugs.
Hold on, I have
Well,
another
but
idea.
if it
for-
has
These
a
things are
lid, can I
refillable.
not? Oh, they are?
Yeah,
Well, but we won't
it's a
always.
separate lid thing.
But like,
I have
I wouldn't be able to get
Caring is
that drink
caring.
while we're outside. Like while
I have
we're
a
up
different
there.
idea on how to keep us warm. If you want to just wait off for the drinks, I have a
Well-
different idea.
Well, I'm assuming you're still gonna get a drink, right?
I'll just get the food option and then a drink, I guess.
All right. You get the gullis dish and the drink, and as you eat, as you like walk over to find a place to sit down with this, There's like a little bench nearby that you just get comfortable on, even though you're sitting on top of a bunch of snow. But you do dig into this, and you immediately feel just warm. Like warmth goes through your entire body to where it feels like it'd be unnecessary to wear your coat, but it's like in your better judgment, you assume that, oh yeah, I'm not gonna take off my coat in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's magic food.
It's basically has the same taste as like your most favorite kind of food,
Oh,
all in one like dish, basically.
yeah.
So if you want to describe what that tastes like, Rachel,
Um,
that's fine. Or if you don't, that's also
Tastes
fine.
like chicken parmesan.
I guess it's like a combination of like my favorite Chinese dishes.
Okay.
What would be
But
considered
this-
Chinese food in D&D?
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying
Oh
in
yeah.
general.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it?
Dude, I'm just imagining lo mein right now.
I'm so hungry.
I want lo mein so much.
I can't have
But
it anymore.
We should all
Because
go.
they closed down all the Chinese. Once they reopen that, we all have to go to
Yeah,
Chinese
let's go to
Mhm.
get some Chinese food.
China Walk.
Mm. Oh
Pizza.
god. Okay. I guess I just
Yeah.
eat the food as like,
Hmm.
and then drink the thing.
As you drink, it's a very like think apple cider but on steroids.
On steroids.
Yes, that's the best way I could describe this.
All right.
And that feeling of warmth intensifies to where when you look at your, I use your Dragonborn. So if you look at your scales, you see steam coming off of them,
Oh shit.
or not really steam, but like it starts fogging up in the cold air.
That's not a drink. It's a potion.
I'm just imagining like a wolf sees us leave and then like sees me freezing and then I come back and have freaking steam coming out of my scales.
Like, where did you guys go?
Yeah,
a
you managed to make your
vendor.
way back over to Wolf.
Yeah, I'm gonna just look at this. I'm gonna ignore that for now. Let's just get our information first, and we can talk. What is going on with you guys?
Holly recommend that drink back there.
No, I am quite hungry, but let's get some information first. And I enter the blacksmith with my two companions. Oh, three. But
All right, you enter, and blacksmith, he's there, clanging away at his sword.
greetings, my friend. I am back, but for a different reason this time.
Oh, it's you again. How may I be of service this time?
Can you take a look at this and tell me if do you know anyone that would be able to translate for me? I say as I hand him the scale.
You hand him the scale, and like,
Yep.
well, I can't read this sort of language. I can't read anyway.
Do you know anyone that could help us translate, perhaps?
Not really. I can kind of point you in the direction of the Castellan, but he's currently kind of busy right now.
Do you know when he wouldn't be busy?
He's always busy.
Always busy. Okay. Well, thank you anyway. We'll head
He
there
kinda-
next.
He kind of gives you directions to where this Castellan is.
If you guys would like to get some weapons while we're here, they're very, very good. Not gonna lie. As I show off my amazing greatsword.
Would this person have like a better great axe than the one that I have now?
Yeah, he
Most
would.
definitely. Yeah, I would say
Could
so.
it possibly like do more damage?
Depending on what you ask.
On what I ask.
If you got 400
Or
gold,
what you say, basically.
Would he have like magical
Well, ask him.
weapons? Okay.
Trying to get people to roleplay more. If you want to know if he has magical weapons, you fucking ask him.
Are we like talking to him right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I ask, what kind of great axes do you have in stock?
Oh, I haven't made one of those in a long time, but he kind of shuffles over to the side of the workshop, pulls out this very hefty great axe that is also transparent on the blade. You see, this one right here kind of hands it to you. It is lighter than your current great axe,
Okay.
and as you kind of like take it in hand, you notice the very ornate, what looks to be like runes, but not magical, just decorating the handle, like the grips on the blade has weird like really like frost decoration, kind of. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
Kind of like winterized snow like decorations.
Okay.
Like this right here. I made it with that, and he kind of points at Wolf's greatsword. Well, I made it with that one right there.
I showed off yet again.
Hmm. It's me second finest work.
Oh, can I see your finest work? They're done. I just want to take a look at it.
No, the great axe is the second finest work.
Oh, okay. I'm holding the finest work. My bad.
Yes. They'll come around at 350 gold.
I'm gonna like comment saying this is a really beautiful great axe. I like all the details that it has.
It's very difficult to make.
Um, I'll buy it.
If you need some money, I've got plenty.
Oh, I do not need help in the money department, my friend.
Me neither.
So you said 350 gold.
I did say 350 gold.
Okay, I grab 350 gold pieces out of my coin purse and give it to him.
Piece by piece.
This is a very It's a very wealthy group you have here. He kind of remarks over to Wolf. Kind of takes the money.
Well, yes. I am the leader after. I'm joking.
He kind of brings over a different like axe sheath to this thing, and he puts it over the blade of it and hands the great axe to you.
Okay, is
You
it
now have-
like an? Oh, okay, never mind. Continue. Sorry.
You now have Frostborn's Claw, which is basically the same stats as the Tooth, but instead of fire damage, it does bludgeoning, cold and bludgeoning damage.
So, do you want me to tell you, Rachel?
Can you like put it in the Discord, like the?
I can, yeah.
Is that like a separate like axe?
You'll have to. It's custom.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
custom.
Alright,
important
since
stuff.
Rachel just bought that, Val's gonna ask if the blacksmith has any war hammers.
I don't really warhammers. I only make the bladed stuff.
Right, then never mind.
Alright, is that all for us, everyone?
I would assume so. I mean, I don't have anything else to do here.
Alright, thank you. Once now, this beautiful blade ever needs repairing. And have a nice day.
You have a nice day yourself. And he kind of goes back to what he was working on.
I'm gonna knock out this. Alright, we're obviously to find some ways to keep ourselves warm in the north, so before heading to wherever this guy is.
All right. So you make your way over to where the Castellan is. As you're doing that, Squirrel.
Yes.
So you managed to
Question
find
real quick. Sorry.
what?
You said 2d20 cold damage if we miss, right?
Onto yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
So don't miss.
I'll do my best. Don't worry, me
You
and Rich got
managed to
high hit.
find.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
high hit DC.
You managed to find Jaeger.
Oh, I do?
Jaeger's
Rolled
house,
horrible.
actually.
Oh, his house.
After a long time of attempting to find him, of asking around, kind of people pointing you in a direction.
Is he there?
You knock on his door. And, someone opens it. Kind of. It is not Yagram, but it's someone else in more like regal clothing. Not really regal, but like very like noble-ish clothing. And it's like, hello, what do we owe this pleasure?
My name is Squirrel. I'm looking for a place to train my slaves.
I don't really know you. What is your business, particularly with us?
Oh, I just want to ask some questions as to where I could train a slave.
Yes, yes. And who are you looking for?
Jaeger.
Jaeger. You're looking for Jaeger, aren't you? Michael?
Yes.
Cutting out.
I'm assuming you just said yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, let me lead you over. As this person leads you over, you notice that they also have a slave collar on, just kind of hidden-ish underneath the kind of really nice clothes.
Dang, I might not.
Wait, what are you guys' classes, by the way?
I am a barbarian.
Paladin.
Barbarian. Kiri's Paladin.
I'm a
Michael. What are you again?
A ranger.
Ranger. Varu. What was your
Cleric.
class again? Cleric. All right, because someone was asking in chat. We also have a homebrew class, and a bard as well.
Ian's a bard. I remember.
Ian's a bard. Yeah.
What about Joe or Ghost?
Yeah. He's the homebrew.
Then what's Malka?
Oh yeah, Malachi. I
Warforged.
thought he was a cleric as well.
Oh, yeah,
just
that's right.
doing-
Yeah, he's a cleric.
Yeah, he's a Warforged cleric. Yeah, he's currently doing religion stuff. Still.
All right. Back to Squirrel.
All right, so the person leads you through this very expensive-looking house until you get to the door of what looks to be Jaegram's room. When they open the door and you see him, no duh, haha.
Mhm.
Looks
But
to be.
yeah, you see Jaegram sitting at a desk right now.
That's what I thought.
You see the same slave that he bought, just standing in the corner, very well dressed from last time you saw her.
Then he is a nice slave owner, I hope.
And on that note, we'll actually
We cutting?
have to yeah, we're cutting right here just because
We
It is
are
almost 7
reaching the
o'clock.
150 minutes mark. And I
Yeah.
don't want to go over the 2-hour mark again and lose all of our
it's
content.
it's 110
That's-
minutes.
yeah.
110. because 120 is 2 minutes or 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Th-
Alright,
No.
that's fine with me. We can just continue next Friday or next Wednesday.
we'll try and do Wednesday. Michael. Michael, are you still working on Wednesday?
I am.
Mi-
I only have
you are?
1 week left.
Oh, shit. All right. We'll
Then
try
can
and
we-
do.
Friday again?
We if it's all right with everyone, we might do it Tuesday if that's all right.
I don't mind that.
We
Sooner
try
better.
and do Wednesday. To everyone watching, we try to do Wednesday, but sometimes it just doesn't work out with everyone. So we're gonna attempt a Tuesday session.
I am free basically every day now since I'm done writing tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh yeah, check me out on Wattpad.
We.
Lomo Sora.
Why not stream on Twitch?
Yeah. We. It's easier to archive stuff here, at least stream stuff on here. I think, or I'm not
go
sure.
back and catch up.
I just don't like Twitch, just because when I tried to stream on a different channel there, it just wouldn't go. For some reason, it's very complicated, at least for me. I'm not that technically inclined. But yeah, we have all the parts on here, and we also
And-
have.
We also
Another
have our
campaign.
other campaign on here as well. If you would like to go check that out.
Yep. I did the first 5 parts to that campaign have been on my other channel that I had to switch over to here.
But I
might
did
watch
add
everyone die.
those episodes to the playlist.
Yeah.
So they should be in
It
there.
is on a playlist. Did you make a playlist for this one,
Yes.
Rachel? You did?
Mhm.
All right, so they're in their respective playlists, so
I know everyone in the campaign is
catch up.
after. If we end up finishing this campaign in time,
Tom is a large
Try.
boy.
Tom is a large boy.
Someone commented that.
If no one's against me being a DM the next time we meet,
I mean, I'm down. Since Tom
Yeah.
said that he doesn't want to
yeah,
DM
After
for a
this-
little bit
after this
for a
campaign.
little bit.
After this
after
campaign,
we either all die in this campaign or make it very far in this campaign.
just like last campaign.
Oh my
That
god,
it
I'm
probably
so,
doesn't
all
so
the
sad
time.
about that. I'm
Yeah.
still
Don't
a
worry.
little salty
let us
at Ian's for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But if no one's against
Yay.
it, then I
Alright,
would
I will
like to try
subscribe.
DMing the
Looking
next
for
time.
session. We got a subscriber.
Yay.
Hey!
Yes.
Someone that isn't us.
Yes,
Yay.
someone that isn't
Yeah.
us. Someone that isn't us subscribe to the
Yeah.
channel.
Yay.
It's our first
Yeah,
real
we,
subscriber, guys.
Listen.
Yep. Yeah, we
did it.
try and do
This is a
D&D live
big
streams,
deal.
but we might do other like content as well to like in the future.
Dude, we should upload Uno.
Oh yeah, I do.
We could do that.
Yeah,
We could do that.
we could.
Yeah. Not really a stream, but like during episodic maybe.
Yeah,
But-
like record it.
Yeah. Next session will be sometime next week. I try to do it Wednesday, but
we can try
after,
Tuesday or Wednesday.
After next week, it'll stay consistent on Wednesdays. That's when it will be because Michael won't have work, and I want to make sure I include him because I have special plans for him.
Special
Alright,
plans for him and his slaves.
Yes.
I hope he dies.
All right, so I guess we'll be ending the stream right about now. If anyone doesn't have anything else to say,
Check me out on Wattpad, Lomo Sora. That's all I have to say.
plug it in your Wattpad.
Yeah.
Every time.
All right. Thanks to everyone who has been watching.
And thank you
Um,
to the new subscriber.
Thank
to
you.
the
Really
next subscriber.
appreciate it.
You'll be cherished.
Yes, you will be cherished. Like
You'll be cherished
it's sad
over
how
on
much
Wattpad
I
too.
cherish that, but yes.
Yeah.
You'll be cherished on Wattpad too if you follow me.
Plug it
You
in the
really-
Wattpad. All right. We need to start putting his Wattpad in the description.
Dude, I can if he
Please.
gives it to me.
All
But
right.
you
Yeah,
haven't
just
given it to me.
Lomo Sora, Wattpad.
Okay. You can end the stream now, Rachel.
Alright.
Later, everyone.
Bye guys.